Last-minute political complications have so far kept the U.S. Senate from taking the steps needed to avert the debt default.
Nevertheless, it does look like that will happen. The bigger question may be what happens now 2 months from now. Our News 9's Alex Cameron has the story from our Washington bureau.
Well, this isn't over just yet, but the finish line is within sight. That's good news for the short term, but still leaves real concerns for the long term.
I understand why leadership actually was trying to be able to raise this issue. No one wants to see an economic collapse.
But Senator James Lankford says the Republican brokered deal to raise the debt limit from its current $28.4 trillion to about $28.9 trillion through December 3rd misses the opportunity to debate what he says is the bigger issue, reducing our debt.
We continue to ignore the reason we even have this vote, and that is to actually talk about how do we get out of this and what do we do to improve it.
The other big issue is that this really just pushes the debt ceiling crisis back a couple of months.
It is simply a temporary delay, and we're going to be back in the same soup in December.
And when that time comes, Lankford says Republicans are again going to use the filibuster, if necessary, to force Democrats to use the reconciliation process to do a longer-term debt limit increase and not a debt limit suspension, which would give them, he says, a blank check to finance their liberal agenda.
Reconciliation means they can't write a blank check for debt. They have to actually determine what that number is, and right now Democrats can't even decide how much that they want to be able to spend.
Now, the Senate will presumably approve this agreement at the latest by the end of the day Saturday. The House will then likely come back early from a scheduled recess next week to do its part. At the U.S. Capitol, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.